Hey there, it's Rob Hatch, and this is Simple Decisions. I want to talk today about the idea of residual attention. Basically, in the course of switching from task to task, we have this carryover effect. Our attention is still locked into the task we were working on, even though we've switched to the new task. This is particularly problematic when we're moving from being really focused on one task or a meeting or leading something and having to switch very quickly into meeting with someone else. It's problematic because you're not giving that person your full attention because part of it is still resolving what you just left. So there's this carryover effect, this sort of blending of things. You're trying to make the switch, and our brains don't do that very well. We need a little space in between. The way that I help create that space for me is to make sure that I have some buffer time. It doesn't take long, 5, 10, 15 minutes, but I tend to put before a coaching client call, I put a 15-minute buffer, and after that same call is another 15-minute buffer. And I use those buffers in two different ways. One, if I have that 15-minute buffer, I know that I'm not task switching immediately, trying to jump in and having my brain catch up on what we talked about on the last call or anything like that. I've got some room coming into it. Additionally, I use that 15 minutes to kind of prepare. I'll pull up notes from our last call, review everything, that make sure that I'm really grounded in what we previously discussed, what we said that you were going to do during the time that we were away, and I am completely ready as we start our call. So I use that as kind of a prep time for my brain to get it ready to be fully present with you. After the call, I need a little time to let go. Those calls, I'm very focused on everything that you're saying. So all of my energy is really geared towards listening and making sure that I'm giving you all of my attention. The temptation is to sort of jump into something else and after that call, but I like to give myself 5, 10, 15 minutes to write down any notes, to kind of clear my mind, to make sure I've captured everything I needed to capture from our coaching call, so that on the flip side, when our next call comes, I have something to reference from our notes and we can pick up right where we left off, and I can prepare and be fully attentive to you again. So this is the concept of residual attention, and this is what I use personally to build in some space in between those meetings, whether it's a webinar you're leading, whether you're going from meeting to meeting. Build in some time so that you can let go of whatever it was that you were working on and gear up for the next thing. It's up to you how much time that takes. It's up to you how you use that time. But for me, having that space in between is incredibly helpful to let go and be 100% present for whomever I'm working with. I'm Rob Hatch, and this is Simple Decisions.